If you're a parent, the fear of a child going missing, if we're honest, I suppose haunts us all.
Completely, it would be your worst nightmare. And Candice here, her 8-year-old daughter Ellie, hasn't been seen since July the 15th last year. She went to visit her father for a holiday in Portugal. And despite extensive searches by the family and the police, Ellie and her father Felipe have still not been found. And that means Candice has been led to believe that her ex-boyfriend has disappeared with their daughter, and she wants to be on here today to really try and move this forward, I suppose. Candice.
It's so distressing. I mean, we say that she hasn't been seen since last July, but you have seen the father since then.
Yes.
Explain those circumstances to us.
Basically, when he took her, 44 days later, the family court in Faro had arranged a parental meeting to get to the bottom of why this had happened. And he arrived, and he was ordered to deliver her back to me. The judge and the public prosecutor said, what you were saying about the mother is incomprehensible. Give the child back to her mother. And he's disappeared. He's acting illegally.
He's defied the court.
Yes. In disobedience.
When you say when he had your daughter, I mean, that was by mutual consent, wasn't it, that you had agreed for him to take her on a holiday?
Yes.
So up until then, had you had a fairly amicable kind of relationship in terms of your arrangements for Ellie, for you both to see her?
Yes, I think that, you know, it's important. He left me when she was 3 months old, and I've always thought that it's important that she does see her father. And he spent half the holidays with her, always. And, you know, I always thought that it's important that she does see her father. She knows who her father is.
So the last time you saw her, you were waving her off with her father, Felipe.
Yes.
Do you remember what you said to her when she left?
I gave her a book with little things to do, to remember. You know, brush your teeth, eat your vegetables, do your mathematics. You know, that we all love you. She had a handmade handbag she brought with her. I sent her off very happy.
So, and you had no concerns at that point that he would bring her back?
Well, I had concerns beforehand because previously, the last 4 months, he'd been sending her home. At the weekends, he had her very upset, started a lot of parental alienation, and I'd actually documented a lot of that with the local social services.
When you say parental alienation towards you?
Yes, he'd send her home very upset, very emotional. She'd be upset going to school, and the following day, after the weekend he'd spent with her. Yeah, so I have been very worried.
So what happens now? I mean, as far as I understand it, the court have issued what they call a returning order. The problem is nobody can find him to deliver this. So if they could find him, that would mean legally he'd have to bring her home to you.
Absolutely, yes, because I'm the full physical custodial parent. And, yeah, he has to deliver her back to me. And, yeah.
What have these last few months been like for you without her?
It's been horrific. It's just been awful because, you know, he's taken her away from her family, her school, her friends, her family, you know, her life. And it's terrible for an 8-year-old child to be taken away like this.
Of course it is, Candice.